Namaskar. You are most welcome to my channel Legal Outlook. And today we are going to discuss a very important judgment of Supreme Court which was passed by Supreme Court on 21st May 2021. And this decision gave a major setback to the big industrialists like Anil Ambani, Sanjay Singhal, Venugopal Bhoot, and Atul Punj. The decision gave sleepless nights to these all big industries like Reliance Group chairman Anil Ambani, Diwan Housing Finance chairman Kapil Badhavan, Punj Lloyd founder Atul Punj, and Bhushan Power and Steel chairman Sanjay Singhal. This judgment of Supreme Court made a headline on 22nd of May to 2021. In Business Standard, it says in the big headline that bad loan SC allows bank to invoke personal guarantee of defaulters. Similarly, the Financial Express gave a big headline. So one can understand the gravity of the situation by the fact that former promoters of Bhushan Steel and Powers, Mr. Sanjay Singhal and his wife Aarti Singhal, had furnished a personal guarantee worth rupees 24,550 crore. But the bank was not going against this personal guarantee because the company was under resolution. By this judgment, the cloud has been cleared. Let me give you the background of this case. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code was enacted in 2016, and the government amended the IBC in November 2019 and gave additional power to the lenders to invoke the personal guarantee of the defaulters. Several writ petitions were filed challenging in the various high courts, challenging and seeking the declaration of the section 95, 96, 99, 100 and 101 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act to declare that these provisions as unconstitutional and insofar as they apply to the personal guarantor of the corporate debtors. How does Supreme Court came into the picture? Supreme Court exercised its power under Article 139A of the Constitution of India, and in 2020, almost 75 writ petitions pending in the various high courts were transferred to the Supreme Court, and the lead case was one coming from the Delhi High Court, Lalit Kumar Jain versus Union of India, and that became the lead case in the Supreme Court. Then first we should understand what were under challenge. The first was the notification dated 15th of November 2019 issued by central government. The second was the Insolvency and Bankruptcy in bracket application to the adjudication authorities for insolvency resolution process of personal guarantee to corporate debtors rules. So this was the rules framed by the central government under IBC code, and this rule was 2019. And the third, which was under a challenge, was regulations dated 28th of November 2019 by Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So these three notification rules and regulations were under challenge. Why the government moved to this notification? Why the government decided? What necessitated the government to take these measures? This is very important thing to understand, because for government, bad debt of or NPA of bank is a major challenge. In past, the promoters had been able to secure huge loans from the banks on the basis of their transactions, and even the bank, without going for the due diligence, relying on the transactions, extended the huge loans to the various parties. Many of these loans resulted in bad loans and companies under resolution. So the promoters are happy because their personal guarantee given to that loan were not being agitated in the forum by the banks, by the lenders. And for example, you see that the case of Nirav Modi or Vijay Mallya, they took benefit of this situation and caused loss to the national bank or the public money. and this is required to this this notification and these changes in the this amendment in the process that was required for the better financial regime which is required in the present scenario of the country. The main now why at the time of argument in the Supreme Court, the main argument and the main contention raised by the petitioner challenging this notification of the government, that the notification is an exercise of excessive delegation, as the central government has no authority to come out with this notification or the change in the rules or regulations. The other argument which was raised by the petitioners seeking the declaration of this notification and rules as null and void and unconstitutional. This argument was that it is always a management board run the company, and so the promoter should not be held responsible for the default of loan. However, the court considered all these arguments, and next the question arises: what are the personal guarantee and how it used by the promoters? Promoters are different from the company. So when a loan is taken by the company, in the abundant precaution, the financial institution or the bank takes the personal guarantee of the directors who have approached them for the loan on behalf of the company. And this personal guarantee is all in addition to the guarantee taken from the corporate data. Now, what Supreme Court says in this case, first said mere approval of a resolution plan of a corporate debtor does not automatically discharge a promoter from his personal guarantee, meaning thereby that even if a resolution plan is under consideration, the promoters, the lender or the bank can initiate process or initiate proceeding against the personal guarantee of the promoters. The second thing, Supreme Court said that since personal guarantee is an assurance from promoter to the lender for the money borrowed, the liability of the promoter will be over and above from the guarantor of the company, the guarantee given by the company as a borrower. Next thing, Supreme Court uphold the government notification of 2019 and it to invoke the personal guarantee of promoters whose company defaulted on bank loans. Let me tell you here that this was a division bench in the Supreme Court, and this bench was headed by Justice L. Nageswar Rao, and the other judge was Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt. And they held that approval of a resolution plan did not ipso facto discharge a personal guarantee of a corporate debtor of her or his liabilities under the contract of guarantee. So Supreme Court categorically said that the company is existing on the different platform and the personal guarantee of the director or promoter is on different platform. They cannot be taken together. So even if the resolution plan is going on, the bank is very much capable of to invoke the personal guarantee of the promoter. So what are the consequences of this judgment on the lender or on the borrower? First and foremost, the bank can go ahead for the personal insolvency against the big business persons and the big loan defaulters. Promoter of the big loan defaulter corporate debtor can be taken to task. And the next thing, that the fact that the process of insolvency in part 3 of the IBC code deals with the individual, whereas the process in relation to corporate debtors is in part 2. So these two simultaneous proceedings can go and that do not lead to any legal obstacles. Rather, the two separate insolvency proceeding against corporate debtor and against the promoter will facilitate the COC, the Committee of Creditors, in framing realistic plans keeping in mind the prospect of realizing some part of creditors due from the personal guarantee of the promoters. So this judgment is a landmark judgment in the development of jurisprudence on insolvency, and particularly the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, which was enacted in 2016, and within a span of 3 years, government has taken every step to ensure the better implementation and better working of this code. Thank you very much for being with me. I have a special request to you. Whatever you feel about the judgment and the description and the elaboration and the contents of this video, please let me know by writing your comment in the comment section of the video. And I also request you that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much for being with me. Namaste.